Hello, 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 my fellow game warriors. Today, I am going to tell you the single greatest act I have ever saw a student perform in the history of the universe. Not only was his act courageous and, quite frankly, an endeavor no other mortal soul would ever dream of accomplishing, I'm pretty sure he was expelled of college because of it too. So anyways, today you're going to be viewing yet another Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary. Similar to Monday's video in this, I am doing some hardcore domination in this game. I've just really been switching up my tactics and what I do recently to get more enjoyment out of Black Ops 2, as it is officially under less than a month until the next Call of Duty game. And in this game in particular, I go on a nice little tear with my pistol, so hopefully you all will enjoy the gameplay in the background as I do the commentary today. So guys, assuming I'm going to make the title of the video like I want it to, as well as from that nice little intro that I gave you guys, I am going to be talking to you all about some things about college that have been going on with me, two stories in particular, the best thing that's happened to me in college so far, as well as the worst thing. And in this, I'm not really talking about homework or midterms or failing tests. I haven't failed a test yet, thank God, or anything like that, because some homework, some classes in particular are really bad, but I'm talking not so much about homework or anything like that, even though I might be a little. I know it sounds strange, but I'll get to the stories. So anyways, moving on, both the greatest and worst things that have happened to me in college so far has happened to me in the same class, in my speech class. Now, speech, it's a required class pretty much everyone has to take. There's just no getting around it. You have to go up, give like 4 or 5 speeches, take tests, and do all of that. It's more than 4 or 5 speeches, but it's a class to where you get... for whatever job field you're going into, you're going to be speaking in front of people, and this is the objective of the class. And I just so happen to have this class at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And yes, I can feel your words of condolences now flowing through the comments section for me. I personally thought I'd be able to sleep in and go to classes later than ever. You know, that's what college is. But I registered just a little bit too late for my programming course to do anything about it. So I was stuck with going to this class 3 days a week at 8 a.m. in the morning. I say that a lot, a.m. in the morning, but it really sucks. I live a half hour away, so if I want to make sure I'm not stopped by traffic, I have to leave at 7 in the morning. So if I want to get up, get dressed, shower, and eat something, I have to be up by at least 6 in the morning. So it's a journey, it's a trek to be able to get to class every day. But anyways, with my speech class, moving on yet again, the worst thing that has happened to me in college so far took place, I think maybe possibly 2 weeks ago to the day, depending on when this video goes up. And I just so happened to be in the middle of an informative speech. It wasn't anything much. I just had to give a 4 to 6 minute speech over a person of my choice, somebody in history, somebody famous, something like that. So it didn't take a lot of preparation time to work it all out. So that was good. I just had to give this speech, and I'm accustomed to being able to speak in front of people. It's no big deal. So on the day of the speech, I was standing in the front of the class, about 2 minutes into my actual speech, saying whatever I was saying, and I hear a phone somewhere out where people are sitting start to hum and vibrate somewhere in the class. And personally, me, I'm used to distractions. My phone goes off here while I'm commentating all the time. Daleks start attacking, stuff like that. And I just keep going. But about 20 seconds later, the phone goes off again, humming 3 or 4 times. And that is when my professor holds up his hands to me in kind of a stopping motion to stop me from talking in whatever sentence I was in. And then he looks up to the class. He looks very annoyed, looks like he's ticked off. You know, the classic, I hate whatever you're doing look from a teacher. And he stops me in the middle of the speech, and he says to everybody, right now, I want all of you to take out whatever electronic devices you have and shut them off. You won't get in trouble if you have them on now, but I want them off for the rest of the class. I don't care if it's an iPad, cell phone, or Walkman. And yes, he did say Walkman. That's like a tape player thing. I'm not for sure. But anyways, I thought it was hilarious. He goes on, because if I hear anything else, whoever is responsible for the noise while he is speaking is going to get a 0 on their speech. It is very distracting to the speakers. And honestly, it wasn't to me. I personally barely even know the phone was going off. It wasn't hurting me at all. I would have just been fine if he would have just had left me keep going. It wouldn't have annoyed me at all. And really, thinking about it now in hindsight, and I think you guys will agree with me too, in hindsight, I really wish he would have just let me continued on with the noise in the background. Now, anyways, 3 minutes into my 6-minute or so speech, I had to restart, basically. I had to continue on from where I left off. I looked down at my note cards, thought of the next thing that I was going to say, and I started to speak again. I just started into my speech, and about 5 or 6 seconds later, the darn phone started to go off again. Rapidly, I just lost my mind. I lost it. In the middle of what I was saying, I started to rapidly speed up my rate of voice, kind of like what I'm doing now, and I lost my concentration. I just stopped in the middle of my sentence, looked to where I heard the sound coming from, and something in my mind just clicked. I don't know how I thought of it then, but I just realized that the phone that was going off was my phone that I had put in my laptop bag that was sitting at my desk at the back of the room. So at this point, I just start to feel embarrassed. I can feel the red and the blushing and the red blood flowing to my face. And in the front of the class, middle of my speech, I just stop. I tell the person sitting beside my seat to, hey, do me a favor, please reach in my bag, my laptop bag in the front pocket, and turn off my phone, please. And of course, the class started to laugh. He reached in and turned off the phone, and I had to finish the speech with as little dignity as I had left. Luckily, I didn't get too many points minused off since it was my phone. I ended up getting a B on the speech anyways, so I got lucky with that. So that was by far my worst moment of college so far. But lucky for me, the thing is, I can guarantee you that it wasn't even the most interesting speech of the week. Because the next day of class, even though I wasn't speaking, I still had to go to watch everyone else that was speaking for the day. You know, listen to them talk about what they have to talk about. Because they listened to me talk about what I wanted to talk about. Or had to talk about, I guess. And I was sitting in the back of the room again. My phone was safely in the cup holder of my car in the parking lot to avoid mistakes. We were about 40 minutes into class, and I'm just in the point to where I'm ready to fall asleep. Nothing's really registering for me. I just want to drift off and just go to sleep, go home. So at this point, the person who was giving a speech over something, I think like how to clean your guns or whatever, ends his speech. We all do the little, the little clap that we have to do, or we look like horrible people. And the next person walks up. So let me set the scene for you with this kid. I'm not trying to be rude, harsh, or cruel, just honest with this. This kid stands up, walks to the front of the class. He's one of the few that I have saw sleeping outright on his desk, texting in the middle of a lecture, and repeatedly either not shown up for class or midway through class for apparently seemingly no reason. He just stands up and leaves class, or left class, I guess I should say. So he didn't have the best track record. My experience with him wasn't the best. I didn't think he was a, I guess, straight A student or anything like that. He was obvious. But he walks up to the front of the class, his hoodie on with the hood over his hair, a baseball hat cap underneath that. He didn't look like he slept in weeks or he was currently high as a kite. I'm really not for sure. And he begins to speak. And as I said, not much is registering for me. I'm ready to fall asleep, but I knew I should pay a little bit of attention to at least the topic he was starting with, or, the topic he was saying. And then, to my amazement, this is what he says and does. He goes on to say, today, my speech was going to be over, and he's not talking like me. Let's try to talk like him. Today, my speech was going to be over how to sell stuff on eBay. But as it turns out, I decided not to do it. So, today I'm going to tell you all how to fail at speech. And then he says that, and that was a bad impersonation, don't get me wrong, that was bad. But he says that, and then he looks at the professor, and then he walked from the front of the room towards the classroom door and straight out of the room. And it was like a scene from the movie. The person, kind of one of those things, you're telling the teacher off and walking out. Never, I saw it done a few ways like that, but never in college, never when it mattered so much. And he walked out of the room, and I'm sitting there in shock. Everybody in the room. It's kind of one of those, you know, if you're holding in laughter things like the when you're not supposed to laugh. Type deal. That was kind of going on, but everyone was like, "I'm not gonna laugh. No, I'm not gonna laugh. We'll die. He'll kill us." And that's how you felt. And we're going into this, and it's just dead silent in the room. The person walked out on the teacher, and we're just sitting there. And a couple minutes pass, and the professor's sitting in the chair that he's sitting at his desk. And he's sitting, and he's not saying a word. He's not making eye contact. He's just kind of looking down at the paper that he was writing notes on, you know, for grading or whatever purposes. And he's sitting there, and about a minute or two passes, and he says, "Okay, next speech." And we go on with class like nothing happened. Everyone in the room is scared to laugh because they don't want to show that they thought it was funny. They might upset the teacher, this, that, and it was awesome. And by far the greatest experience of probably school that I've ever had, definitely college. And it was shocking. So the person almost for sure has to be expelled. I could not believe he wouldn't be expelled. And that was that. That was the greatest moment of me so far in college. So my worst moment and my best moment both happened to be in speech. Even though the best moment didn't involve me. It involved a person telling off the teacher, basically, looking straight at him and walking out. And that is that. I know this commentary here is in the 12.5-minute mark, so if you are watching this video, I do thank you very much. You're the people that really make me enjoy to post videos and stuff like that, people that stay in for the 10-minute, 12-minute videos. So thank you all for watching. My name is TheGameWarrior. Hopefully each and every one of you did enjoy this video. Check out the other videos that I do have. More videos will be coming. This week I know I have a Final Thought Friday video coming up, and probably something else coming on Saturday, potentially even Sunday. I'm going to try to start posting my Grand Theft Auto clips, videos as well. But anyways, 13-minute mark now. I have to end this. Thank you all for watching. As I said, my name is TheGameWarrior. Have a good day.